So I'm doing another troll and sometimes not troll comment reaction video today. I did it in reverse chronological order last time, so I'm switching to chronological order this time. So Javisdo was the last one I had replied to. So Generation 8 says, why would you create a video on replying to comments on a video? Are you really that precious? Is there going to be a video about the comments on your video of comments about your video that would be seriously enthralling? Apparently, because here I am responding to a comment on a video about comments to my video. It's kind of a troll paradox because it seems like he doesn't want a reaction to his trolling, where most trolls do. So I am not going to provide any more reaction other than it's a troll paradox. AZ Jeep Girl says, infamous what? I don't know what that's about. If you want me to make a video on how to use timestamps, let me know. Maybe you could Google it. You've taken law classes? Yes. That qualifies you to question an actual lawyer and practice law? Not specifically that. Dang, I wish I'd only taken a few classes instead of studying and taking the bar. So it sounds like Jeep Girl skipped taking classes and just studied and took the bar. I don't know what states you can do that in, but there are a couple states, I think, where you can do that. I could have saved thousands. All right, now I'm confused. All right. Because, yeah, I'm confused. But I also don't believe you've actually, or maybe you've taken it, but you obviously haven't passed it. Because usually only lay people are the ones watching my channel and questioning whether I know what I'm talking about. So David Gunn says, so you said you have taken some law classes. Okay. Are you an attorney or some YouTuber that has taken some law classes? Some, at least the latter, being kind of vague on what my qualifications are, as Merbeast is and other people who are trying to stay anonymous, although Merbeast kind of outed himself. So, but I think if you actually knew the law, right, it would probably be very clear to you on what my role is. Maybe even if you just watch some videos of mine, because I might have dropped some clues. So David Gunn's coded friend.001 says, come on, man, he is obviously going to Lo Cholito School of Law, and I might add he is Cholito's best student. If he could just speak clearly, he would be a formidable troll banisher. Thank you. That's a good compliment. I'll work on my speaking clearly so that I can banish the trolls. Coded friend. Priscilla Asling says, you claim to have taken law classes. How many classes? Which ones? Oh my gosh. It's a very specific question. Well, all of them. You are wise to not claim to have passed the bar. Which bar? Do you mean the bar in court? Or do you mean like a state bar's exam? That would be a misrepresentation. You are not a law scholar, obviously. So, Priscilla, obviously you are not, because you would be able to tell. Merby says, don't let the trolls get to you. You keep doing you. Thanks, Merb Beast. Coded friend says, or strike with strike through? I didn't know you could do that. When Lo Cholito is done using you, go back to doing you. Blink one time if Lo Cholito is holding your mother hostage. I'm not blinking. He is not holding my mother hostage. Are you 12? I guess it has to do with the high-pitched and timbre of my voice. It kind of sounds like I'm going to through puberty. No, I am not 12. So Chili and Zane sitting in a tree, Kising. Everyone knows your secret, Chili. No, that doesn't even seem to be to me. Fatty Lufogus says, "Bro, your voice sounds like your sack. Hasn't dropped yet." I think Kiss the Cat 1 beats you to that. Ima says, "You aren't an attorney, are you?" It should be obvious. You know what you're talking about. Constitutional Prong Scholar. I see you've gone to the Chile School of Law. Kate was not served a subpoena. It's a summons. Well, I don't even know what I said. I think I meant to say a summons. Sometimes I misspeak. I could have swore I said summons, but they're kind of the same thing. I can't draw a Venn diagram for you. Second, she never kept it secret. Yeah, yes, she did. I mean, she didn't mention it in her videos. She probably mentioned it on the Discord. She admitted several times on her channel she was served. I don't know. I've been watching the videos, and I think she mentioned being served for the restraining orders, not for the federal lawsuit. She even thought she was served before she was officially served. I don't know why she would think that, because in the video she says she wasn't properly served, even though she was. So do you have any actual law education? I don't think you're watching my videos. Yes, I said yes. Augusto Pinochet says, LOL, exactly. Got nothing for you there. Code of Friend says, nope. Yo, discussing law. Are you turned into Little Chilito's Nope defense? I saw the Nope movie. It was pretty good. According to Isa, you should pay more attention, but not to Chili. That will never do you any favors. Okay. Noted. Foshizo. How is it a secret? We have talked about it on Troll Mafia numerous times. Give me the timestamp. I don't believe it. I am confused too. I remember this is why 18K was raised. Is this guy an attorney? It wasn't clear to me if that was it, because I think you guys again are confusing it a lot with what you say on the private Discord with what you're sharing publicly. But also the 18K was fake, so watch my video on that. Deleted lols, a tribute to Mortgage Gal says, considering this guy is recommending people cover their VIN, I almost said VPN, to get out of parking tickets, I'd press F to doubt. I don't know what that means, press F to doubt, but the VIN thing works. You should watch the video because it says why it works. Foshizo says to delete lols. Wait, really? Yep. You should check it out. Augusto Pinochet says to delete lols. LOL zing. Yeah, apparently that's some good trolling, I guess. I didn't think so, but Paul Berry. Kate's been served so many times over the last 2 weeks by a certain vexatious litigant. She has the coffee on ready for the constable. So, from what I read, Kate, does not appear to be ducking from the constable. I don't know if the constable drinks coffee. She was served on a live stream one night. Maybe someone could share the video with that. And Yeah, Chili's not on any vexatious litigant list. Chris Gilroy says, yeah, no. We all know this has happened. We all know Chili has served Kate many times. We also know Kate has beaten his attempts to silence her 3 times now. Is it 3? Oh, that was only 2. Maybe I am losing track, but yeah, Kate did not mention that she had been served for the federal lawsuit. Not clearly for anyone who does not have the context of the Discord. Try watching channels other than Chili's. I was doing my best, I swear. Unpaid Troll says, your friend the constitutional law scholar lost again. So technically he hasn't lost. He just did not get an order on granting a restraining order or protective order, whatever they call it over there. So there was no judgment against him. I know that probably matters to people who actually know law. So deleted laws. Lols says, wow, you're so good at discovering the facts, aren't you? Yes. So that nod is not correct. This has been talked about so much in the past few weeks that all this video does is show that you don't do your research and instead just run with whatever you've got at the time. No, I mean, I've said it about 10 times now. She did not make it public information. She is presenting the information that she wants to present, and it's not always all the facts. Good morning. Are you a practicing attorney? Mortgage gal? I really want to answer your question. I tell you what, I will have live someday, and you guys can ask me questions, and I'll answer them honestly. Potentially criminal. No, he isn't. Okay. Augusto Pinochet says, good question. We actually have the honestly integrity to answer. I tell you what, I have a more advanced degree in law than Murphy's has. Troll Mafia, and it should be clear as well when you watch my video covering his. And I have no idea about Mike, but probably with him as well. And definitely no more than potentially criminal. Because there were more problems. Oh, sorry, this was not him. Constitutional prong scholar. There were more problems in that video than misspeaking summons versus subpoena. Troll Mafia official says, will you get 1,000 views this time? I don't think Merb is inclined to help you out again as he did last time. Which video? She's referring to this video? I don't think I have any videos with 1,000 views except that first one yet. But if you look at how many views my first 10 videos have gotten compared to Merby's first 10 videos, I've gotten more. And it does appear that possibly Merby's drop-in link in his Discord is what got me the majority of those views. And I appreciate it. Delete Law says, Kate, let me know when you're ready to mediate. You'll be out of money by then, and because you won't be able to pay me, I'll then request and get a percentage of your channel moving forward. After you remove every single video about me and make a public apology, it's up to you. So, yeah, I don't know why Kate hasn't responded. It sounds like Chili is willing to go into some mediation before you spend all of your money. And I've said it before, and I think you're supposedly having a consult with an attorney today, and they're going to tell you the same thing. Especially since you, I mean, I don't know what you can do because you waited so long. But, like if I was Chile, I would, file the application for default entry, at the 21 days. But I'm sure he'd be willing to agree with something with you on short notice. You guys just don't have much long to talk about it. Oh, I kind of lost my train of thought. So as the attorney and I will say, you're best off selling. It's where most cases end up. It's better to sell it before you ran up all your credit cards. So delete law says public apology for what? Telling the truth about you and what you've said and done. So I imagine he's talking about the defamation, which is plain as day in many of the videos. I don't think I said their name. It's PIC Witch of Heart. So Mark Adams says, I love my legal shield too. I think this means he's a subscriber. That's cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The trolls here seem to be confusing what they... Oh, that's what I said on their Discord with what they say in their videos. I've seen the masshole videos and I don't remember it being said either. Did I also miss where Josh moved in with his mom in the past week? Did he move in with his mom in the past week? Oh. I know what you're talking about. You're replying to this video. By the way, the 18K fundraiser was fake. They're totally lying to the majority of their followers about that. How can I message you? I replied to this 3 days ago. Sorry, noob at YouTube. You should be able to see my email now under about. Didn't realize I had to enter it. That was the case. So now people can email me. Anne Balgard says to Mark, Josh has been living with his mom since he got out of prison months ago. Wake up and pay attention. Yeah, I don't think you watched the video, Anne, because we covered where he says in court he's living with his mom, but then his mom told the constable that he wasn't living there a couple weeks ago. So apparently he only recently moved in with his mom, not months ago. So pay attention, Anne. He's mentioned her numerous times. When Chili came to MA in May, Josh was in his mom's house, so it's nothing new. She's elderly and not the best of health. Not what he said in court. It's an error of law. Yeah, the judge made many errors of law. How many protection orders have you ever done, brah? More than you. And it's obvious because you're questioning what I said. Anne Balgard says, his complaint was absolute nonsense. It was shown on someone's channel, but I don't remember where. Yeah, if anyone has the original, it was a civil restraining order complaint form. I'd love to see it. Chili's back up. These trolls don't understand the law. Oh my god, I stutter sometimes. They're about to find out. I'm going to cover this on my main channel tonight. Watch how this goes. Oh, Chili's back. This is Chili's backup. I agree they don't understand the law. And I think that Kate will soon, when she actually has that consult with an attorney. Because most attorneys, they try and protect you from your stupid. and they will they're gonna explain to her, you know, I can't believe what you've done. Is my recommendation that you stop doing that. And since we have 3 days, it's a little late. Why don't you try and work it out? That's what I'm guessing he's gonna say. So Jim Johns says, "Whoa, a whole 30 more followers. Great job, Chili. Another participation ribbon for you. Chili will lose this case too." Thanks, Chili, for sending traffic over to me. I've not watched any of your backup stuff yet. Chili, by Penelope8373 says, "Chili, stop using your troll farm to harass people." That's pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think anything I've done has qualified as harassment, but I would try and not do that. So Alpha Fox Adam 3 days ago says, "I understand the law, Chili." Do you really though? Remember when I told you that you didn't understand power of attorney? I also understand that you can't take the California bar exam, and I've informed you of this multiple times. Why can't he? Oh, you don't have the prerequisites. Alright, so you mean right now he can't. And I'm certain that you won't be completing the process that California permits. Are you turn education similar to Kim Kardashian? Oh, it seems that all the trolls that you've encountered in the legal arena understand the law better than you, given your record of losses. I'm guessing you mean Merbeast and Law Talk with Mike, because I don't know other law trolls. I don't know. But they, I think they're both allegedly attorneys, so they should know more about at least procedure. They don't really seem to know what they're talking about, though, a lot of times, regarding like the restraining order and how there were issues with what the judge did and with the defamation. There's so many examples in Kate's videos of defamation per se, not to mention pro quad. So Penelope says, "Chili, stop using your troll." Oh my god, I already did that one. Oh, Alpha Fox Adams. Augusto Pinochet to Alpha Fox Adams says, "Bingo." Chosen says, "I'm with our mission, little haters always going to hate. Going hate. We don't stop. Nice video. Going to listen more. Thanks." Thanks, Chosen. Coded friend. I have to say again. Chosen, you fill my bucket. Because you're like a needle in a haystack. With the good comments. Coded friend .001 says, Chosen, look at the intro graphic. Dope. It's We Don't Stop. Chili has been called back to call for re-education. It's into Jeff Lloyd's engine for Beta Boy. I don't know what that means. I guess we're talking about Chili's backup channel. And Belgard says, Chili can't pass the moral fitness or background checks in order to even begin the 3-year process to take the California bar exam. Yeah, I mean, it's clear that Anne doesn't know what she's talking about. Potentially criminal. Actually gave me a timestamp. Doesn't make sense. I said, I get the feeling you say that a lot. I do. probably didn't make sense. I'm not gonna click on it. Why do you, Steve T says, why do you pretend you're not a friend of Chili? You know that guy that sold the date rape drug? How many women got wrapped from men who bought it from Chili? So, the guy that sold the date rape drug. So that's defamation, Steve. I mean, Chili could file a lawsuit against you. Because, I don't know if you're aware of this, a lot of people don't. That defamation only requires one other person to have heard it. And, I just read it. So I heard it. So, will there be damages? I don't know. He can at least get some nominal damages. Just to say he beat you. So, you can use a subpoena, probably, to find out who Steve T really is. Just saying. Linksters 420 3 days ago says, but it's totally okay with all you guys for Team Skeptic to have manslaughter charge, right? You know what the difference is, right? That is crazy, right? They accuse Chili of selling the date rape drug when he didn't. And then they're fine with Team Skeptic's manslaughter charge that he was found guilty of. So, no. Again, it's the whole football thing. We support our football team no matter what. Only the people who come in as a neutral party are going to say, yeah, Team Skeptic is toxic. And I'm going to be Team Chili. Ops, that's right. This would make you hypocritical now. One in it now, you can say it's okay for one to have man-fire charge, which has killed somebody, taking one's life, and all you're saying Chili did was sell a little bit of drugs. What a joke. Totally agreed, Linksters 420. CodeofFriend.001 says, easy now, we have to consider the possibility that discussing law might be being blackmailed into supporting. He could be a past victim of the GHB photography. I'm not being blackmailed at this time by either side. I would love to see the GHB photography. Potential criminal says he can't seek a HPO for another party. He can only seek one for himself. So it's interesting the way he phrases it here. Like, I don't know if he's trying to be a pedant or not. Because, yeah, technically, I think in the Massachusetts restraining order, you can only request it for yourself, but the judge can order it to protect other people. So Ann Bellegarde says he tends to forget that he's not a lawyer and is frequently talking about suing when he doesn't have standing to do so. Are we talking about Chili here? Calling someone's lawyers and trying to discuss the case or telling them how they are to act in court is beyond ridiculous. Calling someone's lawyers and trying to discuss the case. That's legit. That's how it's supposed to happen. Or telling them how they are to act in court is beyond ridiculous. Now I don't know if who we're talking about. I'm guessing Chili because I haven't called anyone's lawyer. But Chili as a pro se person, if Josh or Kate were actually represented, he should be calling their attorney if he wants to talk to them, not to them directly. Not that Chili has to do that because he's not an attorney. He's not required to uphold that. Telling a prosecutor that he will sue if he doesn't drop the case is actually unbelievable and wrong on numerous levels. Yeah, I don't know where that happened. Telling a prosecutor that he will sue if he doesn't drop the case. Is that about the Ohio thing? I'm not very familiar with that civil rights lawsuit. I think that's what he filed. But from what I read, he has. I think someone's filed a motion to dismiss. So he has 21 days to amend his complaint. So potential criminal says it does matter if Chile can't show they are operating under Kate's authority. Yeah, but that's easy to prove. Kate said it. And it'd be easy to subpoena the Discord stuff. So Anne Belgard says, Kate always wins and she doesn't pay me. I'm sorry she doesn't pay you, Anne. Sounds like she owes you money. Josh, no, Linkster 420 says Josh is such a tool. Yeah, again, I think I said I'm intrigued to watch his videos, but I haven't watched any of his videos yet. This has been, but, he admitted to being a 7-time, was it 7-time felon? I don't remember. I think it was 7. It seems like he's got his own moral code, or there are some laws, some felonies, I guess. Some felony laws that possibly should be deleted from the books, but most of them are pretty sound. Odd socks. And Josh should probably sign up for attorney service. He keeps getting arrested. Sounds like he's not winning them very well either. So Odd Socks says, this has been mentioned by many people, including Kate. It won't get very far, and it'll be the usual chilly ranting rubbish with no actual truth or evidence. Eventually, he will get labeled as a vexatious litigant, and then what will he have left to threaten people with? The man is delusional. So I doubt he's gonna get on the list. Well, doesn't mean he can't still sue people. If he is, I read this complaint, the defamation one, and there are some problems that probably should be addressed in an amended complaint, and might even do a video on that. But, and I didn't go one for one through all of the elements, but it seems like it's even going to hold up to pre-conference motion to dismiss. So, not that it matters, right? Because a lot of times these defamation lawsuits really only have to be written so strong. Like, I might even put all of the defamation actions under one count until I think I'm going to make it to a jury trial, and then I would request to amend the complaint to separate it into counts to to make it easier for the jury to decide which ones actually occurred. So, I don't want to read this. FV 1000 LSM 510. So that must have been the one Kate got during live. All right, so she got served on the 15th. I'm gonna go look for the live on the 15th. But I bet she doesn't say that she just got served. She probably comes back and says, "Oh, I had to get something to drink," and then said on the Discord. Direct D. Oh, this is about my coverage of him. Time, place, and manner. I was on a sidewalk, open public forum where there's no restrictions. So, so time, place, and manner on a sidewalk almost will always apply for videoing, but time, place, and manner is not always going to apply for speech freedoms, because if you're on a sidewalk, time and place will almost always apply, but not manner, right? It really depends on what you say and to who. But I mostly agree with Direct D. I think I finally did track down the video of this, and it was before the 8-foot law had come into effect. So he did nothing wrong. The officer was conducting a traffic stop, and I walked up on the sidewalk. Never was in a car, nor was the officer directing traffic at all, but I was convicted of a traffic violation and sentenced to jail. Yeah, so, yeah, I think I did watch the right video now that you say this. So, yeah, officer was at a traffic stop, and Direct D was walking by and videoing, and the officer told him to back up. Didn't say why. He obviously was not interfering with the investigation, and that's not even what I got a ticket for. I guess they wrote it up as a misdemeanor. I don't know. I don't think that was traffic court he was in. So he got in trouble for not following the direction of a cop directing traffic, which it just goes to make it clear of the corruption that's going on over there in Mesa. And then Tom Peter says, "Happy that you are convinced to." I don't get it. Direct to See says, "I paid for proper legal counsel and lost through trials. So I fired them and lost the last on my own without spending a dime. I knew the game at that point and only wanted to move to a higher court. I'll exhaust appeals to the max, then utilize the writ of mandamus to ask a higher court to intervene." That does make sense, right? If you know they're corrupt, you might as well not waste your money on an attorney in there. But a PD is usually pretty affordable. Could have at least helped you get rid of some of the other charges, maybe. I don't know. I can't believe your paid attorney was ineffective. I guess you could put that in your appeals of those ones where they lost. But also, I think I'm of opinion that a jury trial is good as well when the court people are corrupt. Yeah, so that's interesting. He's just going to do a writ of mandamus. Like, I don't know why he would have to exhaust the appeals. Yeah, it really depends on the finding of the facts in the lower court, I guess. So, DirectD says never. Oh, Tom Peters says to DirectD, haha, please keep broadcasting your train wreck on your. Wow, that's toxic. Channel. We all love the entertainment. DirectD, one of your trolls followed you over here to comment on my review. Did not intend that because I think my coverage makes it clear that DirectD was not in the wrong. So John Smith 2045 says, I had been nothing but nice to him for a year, and for no reason one day he berated me in someone else's live chat. He is not a decent person. Yeah, I don't know who John Smith's talking about. I'm guessing DirectD. Red Flower says, John Smith 2046, I totally understand. I put down one of his videos where a police officer was trying his hardest not to engage. He followed him around, trying his hardest to intimidate the officer. He chewed me out, and the next thing he knows, he took it down. Go figure. Huh. I'm guessing you left a comment on his chat or on his video, and he removed the comment. So one thing I noticed is you can't always blame people for removing your comments. If you put a URL in your comment, YouTube, and it looks like you submitted it successfully, YouTube automatically holds it, and it doesn't it looks like it showed up on your end for like a minute, but it doesn't actually. And then also, I've reported comments for not being factually accurate and misinformation, what they call it, I think. And then they disappear. And it's not like the author removed it. So, anyway, again, it's his right to follow them around and yell at them, as long as he doesn't cross the line and turn it into harassment, which would have to be a series of events at the same officer. So Virginia Kazari says, may I ask you who you're referring to, please? Red Flowers to Virginia Christopher Roth, aka DirectD. I don't think that's that's the correct spelling or pronunciation of his last name. Violent Wings says, I'm curious to whom you're referring to as well. Jim Johns says, did you graduate from the Castro School of Law? Sure does sound like it. Again, a lot of laymen apparently believe, I don't know, this is my no parking one. So, I don't, it's not like I'm making this stuff up. It's like, just don't watch my videos. It sounds like you don't believe anything that happens in them. Maybe you're watching them for entertainment value. I don't know. If I had to put my... DeCastro's Troll Farm Inc. says, if I had to put my money on it, this is one of Bobby Law's crotch goblins. I'm not associated with Bobby Law. I don't know if he has goblins working for him. I highly doubt it, because they are not real. So, News Now Texas says, thanks over from Delete Laws. Cool. Thanks for watching my video. How much is Chili... Oh, Penelope8373 says, how much is Chili paying you? You are a part of his troll farm? Yeah, Chili's not paying me. Maybe I should pay him. I'm happy to donate money. to help him with his lawsuits. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position to help him file or represent him. You are part of his troll farm. But I am going to make a video. Probably soon, if I have the time. On how you might amend the specific complaint against Kate Peters' and Josh. To correct any... I just say to perfect it. I don't want to go into what might be wrong with it. So, Red Flowers says, where do you practice law? It's a good question. Obviously, at least on YouTube's. Augusto Pinochet says, good question. Will he answer? I tell you what. I will have a live where only subscribers who've been subscribed to me for a day can ask me questions and I'll answer them truthfully. Tom Peters says, oh, he doesn't. Just another YouTube lawyer. This guy cannot even construe a single sentence. Imagine the Stutter King defending anyone in court. So someone said it in my previous comments and I responded, but maybe, I mean, you're a layperson and your only experience to law is watching TV shows where the lawyers don't say but it happens. It's real, especially when not given a prepared statement or speech or argument. So if just Google, or not Google, go on YouTube and type court live stream. You'll see it. But also, right, maybe my job is not, as a part of a firm, is not to talk to the jury, which is what the other comment was. I wouldn't be to convince a jury. I don't know. I don't think that's true. I do all right. So Red Flowers says to Tom Peters, I was trying to look him up. I ain't plumb dumb. No, I'll never have proof. I blew my cover. I asked Chile if you worked with Bobby Laws, a.k.a. Fred Gutierrez, LL. So, yeah, Chile doesn't know who I am. So, good luck with that. It sounds like you're trying to troll Chile. Yeah, he's aware that a lot of people are trying to get in with him. So, you would know if you watch his videos. So, Red Flowers says, again, to Augusto Pinochet, I guess not, because he's an absolutely fake. Again, everyone doesn't know what they're talking about. Just keep believing what Murbeast and Law Talk with Mike say. If you want to lose. So Adam McGuire, subscriber, says, Nita, Hope, Frank, Bobby doing okay. Where are you two crazy kids headed? I don't think that's to me. Love all things, Daddy. Oh my gosh. If you're playing at 1.5x speed and Murbeast is playing at 1.5x speed, that is not 3.0x speed. It's simple math. It would be 2.25x speed, like duh. So, assuming that's correct, and I did not do my math correct, I bet it took you longer to do that than the 1 second where I said it. And I'm not even sure that I said for sure that it was 3x. Because usually when I estimate, I specify that. But it sounds like 2.2x is closer to 3 than it is to 1. I guess it's the same distance to 1.5. So, I don't know. I don't think it was that bad. So Sean Hawkins says Directy doesn't understand the law. Well, it sounds like he has some experience, probably more experience than you. I'm sure he can figure it out. He seems to be doing all right. Sean Hawkins says, so you think that being an expectant father is a get out of jail free card? Cool story, bro. Yeah, I covered this in the video. I'm surprised that you said that after what I said. It is a pretty good get out of jail free card if presented properly. Red Flower says, Sean Hawkins, I have been watching Chris Roth. Again, I don't think his last name is Roth. I could be wrong because I've seen it twice now. AKA Directy for more than a year and a half. Even though I felt he talked to cops like no auditor I've ever seen. It's not illegal, nor is filming. Totally agree. But after a few arrests and the new 8-foot law they have now in Arizona, he did watch his language. He lives there. They know him well. They have a bolo out on him. I think because of the accumulation of recent arrests and his past felony record, along with his misbehavior in court, not just this time, but in the past, this judge was rather harsh. I understand why they would disrespect him, because he disrespects most everyone. As an auditor, I would give him a C. Is this audit the auditor? Now that being said, he may just win this in a higher court because he didn't break the law. Totally agree. Yeah, I didn't really hear how they... Right, so most appeals do with questions of law, not discretion of the judge or retry the facts. But he definitely should win. His channel hasn't grown that much since I started watching him. He's got 103,000 subscribers, which is small in the world of YouTube. But you can't put someone in jail because of a bad attitude. I agreed. Your comment, staying alone, is correct. Having a child has nothing to do with it. I guess standing alone, yes, that's correct. It was reduced to only 10 days and 2 years probation. So, a lot of people think he got 10 days, but I swear the judge said that it was to be served concurrently, not consecutively. So I think he really only has 5 days. If he was more humble, he may have been let out even sooner. I don't know. I think that judge was likely to give him 5 days. I don't know. I think I think he probably could have gotten smaller suspended sentences and less probation if he'd have been polite. But I'm pretty sure the judge was going to give him that 5 days. I mean, that's just pulling down my butt. I'm not a lawyer, but do know money laws and the Constitution. But courts have protocol that needs to be followed. Little things like no tank tops, no shorts, and big things like respect the court. I honestly believe you do lose your rights when you enter a court. Yeah. Kind of. Because there are statutes that cover that. I haven't a clue if it's constitutional or not. Probably shouldn't be. You should at least be able to record at least your own trial in court. The judge could have given him 30 days for contempt of court plus a fine. That would have ended up in more time. And you make a good point. Like, he could have, and he probably would have gotten away with it. I don't think it was contempt, but you don't get a proper trial in a contempt hearing. So it's usually going to be in front of the same judge unless you can prove that he should recuse himself. So there's no way you're winning that. So I don't think he was in contempt, but the judge definitely could have done it, just because he is he's corrupt. I'll say it. Based on what I see, come after me with defamation if you want. That would have ended up in more time. If he appeals and loses, he could get the full year. Then he won't even see his baby boy for a long time. I'm not defending him, just that there's a lot of more polite approaches other auditors do with the same results. Oh, but they get busted also, but the charges get dropped. I went on for a long time to mainly say no one should have a get out of free card. Some do, and some are innocent that have been in prison for 20 plus years. Peace, brother. There's definitely a lot of innocent people in jail, and it's mostly has to do with stubbornness and how hard it is to defend yourself in court by yourself and with the limited time that public defenders provide to people. Chile got off his one lawsuit, it cost him tons of money. Hired a good lawyer. And I'm sure he was innocent. And that's why he got off. But you need to be innocent and have an expensive attorney to get off. It's not the way it should be. So you dunce caps think Kate, the only person who Chile made upset, and the people who he really made upset were in Ireton and from TikTok, then you maybe or maybe not, being a lawyer, will answer the questions with this. Chile got charged with possession and manufacturing of GHB in the mid-2000s. A class 2 drug then. He did a year of diversion, that was all. Nobody is able to see the police report because the DEA froze it, like with many informants. People who turned out that told on people would still represent him as a client then. So I doubt that's the case. I might be speaking out of my butt here. From what I remember, he was only charged with possession and selling, not manufacturing. And then I think he did take a diversion. And I think the reason you can't pull up the report anymore is because it was expunged, not because he worked with the DEA. That's ridiculous. Anyone who has, Team Skeptic could have had his record expunged, probably, if he knew how to. So, but thanks, because you didn't, we have it now. So, Augusto Pinochet says, we don't stop, we never started. Lols. Coded Friend says, his infographic says, we don't stop. Won't communicates, oh well, not to stop. You nailed that one. Stop smoking crack. Don't communicates an inability to stop. Oh my gosh. Were you text-to-speeching this one? Don't sums up the underlying OCD better. Let's hope he doesn't actually get started and just keep spinning his wheels in the spilled bong water mud he is stuck in. Augusto Coded Friend, LL, indeed. It's another behavior that the trolls get. They get positive feedback from their fellow trolls, and it causes them to continue their trolling. So, Code a Friend just got what he wanted, and I'm probably giving you guys what you wanted to, but I'm enjoying it, and it gets views. So Anna Belgard says, Chile doesn't stop running away from the court, running away from his agreement to fight, running away from Kate. So I think He didn't. Did he sign the agreement? I don't know. But I believe that the Ironton guy also injured himself. So I don't think a fight was going to happen. Old men should not train. Should not train to fight. They should at least not train to fight like they're fighting. Right? Take it easy. Work your way up to it. Augusto Pinochet says, hello, this guy is hilarious. To my review of Murby's review of the restraining order hearing. Augusto Pinochet says, where do you practice law? I've answered that, I believe. Fitness Girl says, I'm confused. Why do you support Chile when he was arrested for selling GHB and tried to sexually assault a 16-year-old and now has a permanent restrained order from her? You support those behaviors? Trying to sexually assault a 16-year-old. I've not heard of that. Tried to sexually assault. It's interesting because you're very careful with your words here. Instead of saying he was selling GHB, you say he was arrested for. Good job. But then here you say he tried to sexually assault. So basically, you're saying he attempted sexual assault of a 16-year-old. And people would assume you mean that he was an adult when he did it and not a 16-year-old himself. I don't know. Maybe Fitness Girl, you're going to get sued. But no, I wouldn't. I would not support those behaviors, but he was not guilty of selling GHB. But even if he did, I don't know. I definitely hang out with people that have done much worse. Sexually assault a 16-year-old. I don't know. A restraining order kind of means he didn't do it. Because you don't need a restraining order if you're convicted, not a domestic violence restraining order. There would be a criminal one. So, Kate wins, Chile loses. Foofy says, again. So this is the one where Kate got served. So far, Chile's won that one. And I think he will continue to until they settle. And then he will win in the settlement. I don't think he's going to get everything he asked for. Both sides are pretty stubborn there. So I hope they work it out. And really, I don't know, Kate is just hurting herself. Like, she says Chile's being vexatious litigant, but like, you moved on from your previous troll victims to Chile. Why don't you move on again? It seems like you just want to try and prove you're right. And unfortunately, Murbeast is the only legal advice you've had. And he is not doing you right on that. And I hope when you talk to the attorney today that he'll convince you not to be so stubborn, that you are not at least completely in the right, and there is going to be some damages awarded if it even goes to court. So good to know if ever in airport again. Oh, this is one of the nice people. Thanks. On the road, though, a pig might not like it if he thinks you stole a car, of course, indoor panel, but if parked, I'm going to try. Thanks, sweetie. You're welcome. It actually does work. It was actually So I possibly got a ticket at Sacramento Airport. And then when I was talking to, I said before I'm a member of Legal Shield, so the Legal Shield lawyer was representing me in this, and he told me about that trick. So it doesn't even come from me, and I actually couldn't. I couldn't find the code for Sacramento Airport, but he's definitely right for LAX. I found the code for that. So this is almost an hour, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, and we'll say the last one we did was on a good note. Chosen's gonna give it a try. Yeah, it will be funny if the cop pulls you over, and I mean that's the reason I use a receipt, right? Because I don't know, it just fell behind the dash. It's not so obvious, but I don't. It's definitely not illegal. It might seem suspicious. So hopefully a CVS receipt will be less suspicious. All right. Hope you enjoyed this video. I think my next one, it's easy to do these ones where I just read comments because I don't have to prepare any documents or screens or anything. I don't have to be completely awake. But I think my next one is going to be, I don't know, I'm thinking about doing how to amend a federal civil complaint. But then because of the time limit is coming up, like I might just cover application for default. I don't know. Probably have time to do both. I mean, not the same day, but one after the other. So that's what you have to look forward to. Thanks again. Bye.